Name is Final Draft, and we are about to do something pretty cool. Sorry for the delay. We actually had to set up something actually kind of really awesome. So anyway, without further ado, who's ready for a voice actor panel? Well, in that case, let me introduce to the stage Andrea Libman. And, well, she's currently performing an interpretive shadow dance. This one is about the inner struggle between self and unself. Michelle Creber.
I'm fully equipped my backpack here.
Because why
I don't
not?
know why I have it with me right now.
I think a lot of people in this room
useful
probably
with
brought
it.
their backpacks with them. It's okay.
Costumes.
You're in good company. All right. Well, so first of all, how's everybody con going? Everybody having a good time? How many here are from Minnesota?
Wow.
Minnesota represent, right? Woo! All right. Well, so I know a lot of you may have been at the panel yesterday, but I know there are a lot of people here who didn't make the voice actor panel yesterday. So I would just like to introduce the voice actresses to my left. Andrea Libman.
Hi, my name's Andrea. I do the voices for Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy. Okie dokie Loki! Yay.
Greetings. My name is Michelle Creber, and I voice Applebloom and sing voice of Sweetie Belle. Aren't you gonna stay for brunch?
Well, how have you guys been? How have you been enjoying the con so far? Anything you've seen that stood out, or that you?
Really friendly people. Yeah. No, it's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Sure.
Yeah, it's just great.
This is like what, your 15th or 20th convention of these, right?
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit right now kind of psyched because we're going to be doing something special here in a moment. If I get the thumbs up from AV, are we good to go back there, Jeremy? All right.
We're gonna do it now.
So
we're just gonna go right into it.
I think we should go.
Yeah, man.
We
Let's
should
just
go
do it.
right into
Let's
this.
just do it. Let's go
But
for
we're
it.
going to need some help.
Yes,
Yeah.
we will. I'm going to first give you guys just a general idea. Who here has read the comics? Who's read the Pinkie Pie micro-series comic? And who knew that the author of said comic is actually here today?
Wow.
Now, what I didn't know until this morning, and I'm really happy we can do this, is we're going to actually do a reading of that comic with the voice of Pinkie Pie. I'm not a voice actor. So we need a voice for Poniachi, and I would like to call up Black Griffin to the stage.
And see, Applebloom is not in this cartoon, so I shall be portraying the role of Twilight, but as Applebloom.
I'm not prepared for this. I'm not.
No, I wasn't prepared.
There's cake in this microphone, by the way.
What's that?
There's cake in the microphone.
Whose fault is
It
that?
totally is.
Lucky.
Pinkie Pies.
Lucky.
I know, right? I think this was intended for you.
So, yeah, before we start this, I want to give a big thank you to Ted Anderson, who I think is in the audience right there. Everybody, this is the writer. And just so you guys know, there are
No pressure on us.
None at all.
Yeah.
None
Just
whatsoever.
for warning,
The author's
these
watching you. That's
letters are so small, so we're probably gonna mess up once or twice or several times.
They're kind of doing this as a sight read, so.
That makes me feel better.
But I think it's really exciting because I think this is the first time this has ever happened. So,
Yeah, cool.
all right, you guys ready for this?
Yeah.
I haven't read a comic in so long that I don't even remember. Like, wait, so it's the arrows. It's the little arrows. They point to the
What
bubbles.
you do?
And
You read it. You read it left to right,
Okay, perfect.
and then down.
Look at us go. Ah, I see.
All right, so
All right.
Was there an earthquake scheduled for today? Applebloom! Applebloom! Applebloom!
Hey, Pinkie.
Oh my gosh, Applebloom, I won!
Won?
What did you... Okay, so Coca-Cola was having a contest and you had to find a winning cap, and so I drank 314 bottles of Coca-Cola and none of them won. But the 315th bottle had a winning cap and I won! I
Pinkie, please slow down. One thing at a time, okay? What did you win?
Tickets, Applebloom! He's performing tonight and I got tickets! And I want you to come with me.
Pinkie, calm down. Deep breath. Okay, all right. Tickets to what? Who is performing?
The greatest clown in all of Equestria! Poniachi's my idol. He's forgotten more stuff about comedy than most ponies ever learn.
He must be pretty funny.
Pretty funny? Poniachi made Princess Luna laugh so hard she sprayed a wing! And he got a standing ovation from Griffin Kingdom! And he once fought off a rampaging bear with nothing but a rubber chicken!
Sounds like you really admire this, Poniachi.
Oh, you bet, mister. I've studied every one of his routines, bought all of his joke books. I even bought the talking Poniachi doll.
Hey, who's ready to laugh?
Are you here to see Poniachi, sir?
No, I'm afraid not even Poniachi could get me to laugh.
What do you mean, sir?
What? Oh, no, you did not just say that! Every pony deserves to laugh. Here, take my ticket. Maybe Poniachi really can get you to laugh.
That's very kind of you, miss, but there's no need. I have to go enjoy the show.
Come on, Pinkie. The show's about to start.
Who's doing this voice? Draft?
Oh.
Fillies and gentle colts, foals of all ages, prepare yourself for the astounding antics of Equestria's silliest star.
Poniachi! Hey, who's ready to laugh? He plays music, he does tricks, he juggles, he flies through the air with the greatest of ease.
So I said, alligator. I thought you said bagpipes.
He tells jokes.
It was hilarious, Pinkie. You were right about Poniachi.
Yeah, I know. Come on, let's head backstage.
Are you sure we should be back here?
It's okay, our tickets let us go backstage. I can't believe it. I'm gonna meet my idol. I'm gonna meet the pony who invented the sideways backflip and the silent knock-knock joke. Poniachi! Mr. Poniachi, would you sign this, please?
Sure, miss. Just give me a second to wash my makeup off.
It's you! I mean, you're him! You're the pony we met before the show!
You're the one we met. Oh my gosh, where's my next line? Oh, I found it. So that's what you meant when you said even Poniachi couldn't get you to laugh. You are Poniachi.
You're a real sharp one, miss.
But you were so sad! How could a clown be so sad?
Well, that's just it, miss. I'm sorry I didn't ask your name.
Pinkie Pie, 2 P's, 2 E's, and 3 I's.
Miss Pie. I've been a clown for a very long time. Why, I was treading the boards before you were even born. Traveling from town to town, performing night after night. I love being a clown. I love making ponies laugh. But even for a young pony, it's hard work, and I haven't been a young pony in a very long time. All I want to do in life is make ponies laugh. Comedy is even in my cutie mark. But being a clown is draining. I can't keep performing like I used to. So I've decided to retire.
What? You're quitting clowning?
I'm afraid I'm getting too old for a clown, like in the old days. In fact, tonight might have been my last performance ever.
But, Mr. Poniachi, you were an inspiration to me. I don't want you to stop being a clown.
I'm happy I could inspire you, Miss Pinkie Pie, and I hope you keep clowning. But as for me, well, every performer needs to know when to leave the stage.
Hey, how does a bee style his hair? With a honeycomb.
Oh, Poniachi doll, thanks for trying to cheer me up.
You're welcome.
Oh, don't worry about me. Just pile the vegetables right on top of me.
Pinkie, I know you're sad because Poniachi's retiring, but I'm trying to get my grocery shopping done, and
I think Twilight's trying to say that you're in the way, Pinkie. That's my
Of course I am. Why bother? What's the point of being
in a world without Poniachi. I think you're maybe overreacting a little. It's not like Poniachi is gone away. He's just not performing anymore.
That's practically the same thing. A clown who doesn't do any clowning is hardly a clown at all. How can he just give up on his profession?
Well, like he said, he's getting older, and he's been performing for a long time. I don't think he wants to stop, but he can't keep it up forever.
But he's an inspiration to millions. How can he abandon all his loyal fans?
This isn't about you, Pinkie, or any of his fans. I'm sure Poniachi is doing this for his own reasons.
Well, doesn't seem fair.
I know it doesn't seem like it, but it's his decision, Pinkie.
I know. I just wish I could convince him to keep performing.
I wish I could have seen Poniachi perform. He must have been pretty inspiring.
Spike! That's it! You're a genius! I know what I can do! Twilight, how many boxes of glitter do you have?
None.
Great! I'll need all of them!
Letter for Mr. Poniachi.
Is this a song?
I think
Like it just says
I
"Wee." What does that mean?
think it's that sound, that sound that they use.
Wee.
Oh, Poniachi, what's got you so blue? We're tired of performing and you think you're through. But Poniachi, please don't look so down, because the best way to cheer up another clown is with another clown. Oh, Poniachi's famous for his many brilliant tricks. He juggles knives and swallows fire. He spins plates around on sticks. His corny jokes are legendary. They're known in the world round. I washed my dog with spot remover and now he can't be found.
I suppose you're trying to convince me not to quit, too.
Oh, no. I'm just handling props and back. Oh, that's not my line.
I just realized that too.
I thought it was still part of the song.
No, I'm just handling props and background music.
So put on your costume and powder your face. Give yourself a chance to finish your race. Keep dancing on that stage until the curtain falls at last. And laugh, Poniachi, laugh! So, did I convince you?
No.
It's the most horrifying
I'm
face I've ever
sorry.
seen.
Oh, my gosh. Whoa.
I'm a ghost.
That's terrifying.
I'm
I
sorry.
don't have any pupils. What is this?
That's totally anime.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, Miss Pie. If it makes you feel any better, your performance was excellent. Fine singing, good juggling. Your balancing act could use a little work, though. Here, listen. You should inflate a little more. Give yourself a firmer surface. You should inflate it a little more and give yourself a firmer surface. That works, too. Is that a Z&R model party cannon? Try using 2 parts, glitter or 1 part confetti. You'll get a larger bang. The music was arranged well, though if you had a string section, that might be even better. Decent lyrics, except for the oblique rhyme at the end. Have you considered makeup? You could do a lot with your complexion. What? Your accordion playing is excellent, but your instrument needs to be tuned at least once every 6 months. As for the tiger taming, you definitely shouldn't.
Hey! That's it! You don't need to be a clown. You should teach clowns.
Teach? I never thought of that before.
Hey, that's a really good idea, Pinkie.
You know just what to look for in my performance. You could help other ponies become better clowns.
I wouldn't have to travel so much, and I wouldn't have to perform every night.
You could use your knowledge to help future generations of clowns.
You could leave your mark on comedy forever!
Miss Pie! You're brilliant! I can't keep being funny without having to perform! This is wonderful. How can I ever repay you?
Well, there is one thing.
Uh-oh. Ceasefire! Let's check your pie throwing, recruits. Custard, bullseye. Nice job. Tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Wide to the right. Tighten up your throw.
You just throw.
Tighten up your throw.
I have to say, Poniachi looks much happier.
And he's got students coming from all over Equestria. The school's a huge success.
Giggle fit. Watch your aim. You almost hit Laughing Matter.
Why didn't didn't you ask to join Pinkie Pie? I'm sure Poniachi would love to teach you.
Oh, let's just say I've already learned plenty from him.
Dear Princess Celestia. Today I learned that sometimes it can be hard.
That's actually you, isn't it?
Doing something that you love, especially if you've been doing it for a long time. With the help of a new outlook, we can always find a way to keep being involved. You're never too old to be a part of what you love. I'm glad I was able to help Poniachi keep being funny even off stage. And knowing that you helped someone fulfill their dream can be just as good as fulfilling your own. Pinkie Pie.
The end. That was a sight read. That was amazing, guys. Thank you so much. Well, you know what? Before we get into Q&A, I just so you guys know, we're going to have 2 microphones. I believe we're going to do it like we did yesterday. One on this side, one on this side. If you can form a line. Remember that kids and sponsors get to ask some stuff first. Also, remember that these guys... Oh, and actually, let's give another round of applause for Black Griffin here. He did an amazing job. He snuck off stage before I could say something. All right. Yeah, again, remember that these guys can't answer anything about anything that has not aired yet. They may want to. They may give you ugly glares, though, if you press the issue. They've done that to me several times. Yeah, it just happened again. All right. I guess, I'm going to go off of what we just did here. How much, when you go into a recording session, is pre-practiced? When you get a script, do you spend a lot of time beforehand reading it over? Or because I think you guys did an incredible job just sight reading that right then, and you're obviously able to get right into the character. And I noticed that you were emphasizing certain words and different lines just instinctively. When you go in to record for My Little Pony, do you go in having already read the script several times or practiced it, or do you just go in and kind of sight read? Or is it different for everybody?
Different for everybody.
Yeah. For me, I think as voice actors, it's our job to read the script and know what we're doing, is to be prepared in the studio and to be professional. So I always read my script once, and if there's any, I look for lines that look really complicated, and sometimes I just scan over them, read it once or twice. But yeah, I always read my script, unless it's like one line that's like 5 words. Then I'll just read the scene that I'm in. Because, it's a 30-page script, so.
I just read it, and I go pretty fast just to get a sense of the story, just so that you know if there's certain lines that are foreshadowing or that kind of thing, you know what it's referring to. But I don't study the lines because I just like to be in the moment and reacting. If another actor is going to do something different or funny, I like to play off what they do. So the only thing I look for, same thing, if there's going to be something weird, like all of a sudden an accent or an age change, or just look for anything weird that's maybe going to take some prep. But other than that, my style is I like to just kind of play it off the cuff and be able to react. So,
have you ever run into something on a script that you just look at and you're like, I have no idea what this means?
All the time.
Like, can you give an example?
I don't know. I can't think of anything, but it happens a lot. But then it's just like either you Google it, or just when you go in, you're like, "What the heck is this?" So, yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Well, I want to let people get a chance to ask their questions, so I guess we can start over here.
How many seasons are you planning to do?
As many as we can.
Yeah, let's just keep it going.
1 million.
And 1.
Hello, Pinkie Pie. I just want to tell you that you are my idol. Yeah.
Is that Cookie Monster?
Yes,
Out
yes,
of
it is.
context, Cookie Monster.
Awesome. Very nice.
Yeah. You make and eat lots of sweet things, and it doesn't bother you. You don't gain any weight. Me jealous. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm jealous too.
I used to eat cookies all the time, but now they make me eat healthy stuff too. It make me kind of sad. but I feel like we have a connection. You have P for pie in your name, and I have cookie in my name. Yeah.
Yeah.
And as a present, I want to give you one of my favorite
Ooh.
cookies, chocolate chip. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. There's a line right there. They'll let you.
Thanks, Cookie Monster. Thanks. That's cute.
After
Where's the
Q&A
apple for me?
After the Q&A, we should swap recipes. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Next question.
I don't think they can answer that.
About ready?
You can go, if you want to ask,
Yeah.
you can go over to that microphone. Yeah?
Okay, so this one is for Michelle. When you were doing probably something like, I can't remember the song, but it was in season 4 of when Pinkie Pie went with you guys and she thought that she was related to Applejack.
Oh, yeah.
That song, what did you think about like all the singing lines? Did you think that that was your favorite song, or? Because I know that Andrea liked it, so.
What was that song called? Oh yeah, we're apples to the core. Oh, I love that song. Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorites. I think Daniel did a great job on it, and it was really fun too because I got to record it with Ashley in the studio, so it was really fun. And yes, I do.
How
I
did
do really like that
Michelle
song.
feel?
Sorry?
No, not Michelle. I'm sorry. Andrea, how did Andrea feel about that episode?
I love that episode. It was so fun. Yeah. I like any episode with Granny Smith in it is funny.
Especially because Tabitha, they'll have lines where she has to like, gosh darn it, but she'll have these really creative things like, oh, sweet marmalade of petunia and all this, and she so the script is already like ridiculous, but she takes it to another level. Like I don't know where in her head that stuff comes from, but it's like, whew, it's impressive how random it is. It's great.
She wants to ask if it's difficult to switch between Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie.
I've been doing it for a while now, and it's not too hard. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, we have a question over there.
Is it hard to remember the script?
You know what's awesome is that we don't actually have to remember it because we have music stands and the script's right there and we get to read it. So we don't have to remember anything.
It's the good life.
It's really good, yeah. So if you like reading and you're good at reading, that's a really good skill for doing voice work.
What's your favorite song from the show?
I like the Keating Rogers anthem because Daniel actually, when I sang Applebloom, because Sweetie Belle's supposed to be the non-pitchy singer, supposed to be the good one, right? But Applebloom is kind of in between Scootaloo, who's supposed to be like horrific, and then Sweetie Belle. So I sang it kind of pitchy, but Daniel actually had to he had to make it more pitchy after we recorded, and I think that song is hilarious, and like watching it on screen, I was laughing, so I like that.
I actually really like the songs from Equestria Girls. Those are some of my favorites. And from the series, I really like Find a Pet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I want to ask, how would Pinkie Pie react if she was cooking a cookie shaped like an animal and it got up and ran away?
This is going to be a really good cookie that's going to look like a... What the? Huh? Oh, well. Not again.
Twilight!
If you could voice another pony, which one would you choose?
I always get this question.
Yeah, we were asked this
It's so-
yesterday,
it's so
and
hard
I
to-
said I'd like to do one of the background ponies, maybe one of the musical ones, like Octavia or Lyra. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. All Michelle agrees.
Yeah.
So this is for Andrea. I was wondering, can you go anywhere without getting noticed?
Yeah, I really can. Nobody notices me. No, it's great.
We're voice actors. No one sees our face.
Yeah, no, it's fine. What about you? Can you go anywhere without being noticed? Probably not. Not with that hat. Yeah.
This one is for Andrea. How hard was it to say pickleberry kumquat over and over again on that
Pickleberry
episode?
kumquat, pickleberry kumquat. That one's kind of hard.
What do you think your favorite episode is?
I gotta have like a list. We should just write these down.
Mine is Party of One.
Yeah. See, I'd want to come up with something original, but that's the truth. Like that is one of my favorite episodes, and I laughed so much. I thought it was hilarious. It's just great.
So good.
If you guys could meet any famous voice actor in the world and maybe spend the day with them, who would it be?
Actually, a couple months ago, I got to meet Nancy Cartwright, so it was kind of like. It was really amazing. And I also met Bill Farmer, who does the voice of Goofy. Yeah, it was so cool. And when he did the voice, it was like, that's, that's the sound of growing up. I don't know. It was pretty cool.
That's really cool. Oh, I don't know. I can't.
Steve Carell has
Well,
voiced
okay,
things.
that's the thing. I was thinking like, I don't know like some animation movies that I really really like. I don't know the names of the voice actors, but I know that Steve Carell has done voice. Actually, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna say Steve
There
Carell
it
because
is.
Steve Carell is my idol,
There it
and
is.
of course he's Gru, Despicable Me, so that counts. That's a good answer. That's valid. So yeah, if I could meet anyone, it'd be Steve Carell.
Next question.
What's your favorite line from the show? Jimmy Cherry, Jimmy Changa, Jimmy Cherry, Jimmy Changa, Jimmy Cherry, Jimmy Changa. You that
I don't know.
For a long time,
What?
you were doing the exactly one.
What?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. I don't know why. Just funny. But wait, what? Let's turn the question around. What Yellow? Your favorite line?
now? Last Maples? Every pony, jump out!
Yeah, my question is, what is your favorite episode that basically represents you?
Well, you kind of answered that, didn't you? Or I'm sorry, I was thinking character. Never mind.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that you're crazy.
We
I
both
don't
are.
know. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
I'd have to think on that.
It's funny because what are your favorite questions are actually the most complicated to answer because there's so many and you can't decide, and it's like and then like an hour later, you're like, no, that's not my favorite episode.
Yeah.
Well, I think part of it too, though, like when your question was, what represented them. I mean, you guys, you yourselves are very separate from your characters, right? And the characters aren't necessarily, acting like you would in those
Exactly.
circumstances. Yeah, but it's hard. I mean, like when people ask me what my favorite of anything, the only thing I can say is my favorite pony, which is Luna, obviously. But the point is, for the most part, like, it's hard to pick favorites when you think about it, because things are so different, and then everything has its own individual qualities, right?
And you don't always have to have a favorite everything. You can just like things.
Yeah.
And that's fine too, right?
Yeah.
I also wanted to ask Michelle Creber, because my friend wanted me to give this to her.
It's her apple.
Just joking.
I actually have
Thank
one
you.
too.
Thank you so much. It's a nice little
I actually have one too if you would like this one as well.
Oh my god.
What varietal
I'll try
is
back.
your apple?
All right.
We're gonna
I
start
got
like
this,
a
guys.
Is that a
pile of
gala or?
Here we go. Thank you so much.
Don't worry, my hands are clean.
I got this. Everyone. I am the captain now.
All right. So what my question was how did you guys become voice actresses?
How did we?
Yeah.
Okay. I started doing movies when I was a kid. My mom took me to auditions, and I ended up doing The X-Files and Little Women and Andre. And then since I had an agent, I started doing some voiceover too, like radio commercials. Used to be the voice of Arby's, and I had unlimited burger coupon, but there was no Arby's in Vancouver. It was a cruel coupon.
Crazy.
And then cartoons. The first cartoon I ever did was Dino Babies, and Madeline shortly after that. So this was all, my career started when I was 6. So this was all when I was young, and then it just kind of kept going. And I always thought, like, I went to school and I took engineering, because I thought for sure my voice would change and people would stop hiring me. But luckily, still working. So it was kind of a wonderful accident.
For me, I got a film and TV agent when I was 7 because we couldn't find a voiceover agent that we liked. So we're like, okay, let's try this out. And it's funny because they were auditioning for the new Peanuts episodes, and they were still looking for the voice of Lucy and Charlie. And so after they went to New York and LA and all this stuff and Toronto, they came to Vancouver, and they asked everyone. They asked all the agents, including the film and TV agents. And of course, my agent was one of them. So I actually booked the first thing, which was a voice acting gig from my film and TV agent. And so I was the voice of Lucy and Charlie Brown, and then I got a voiceover agent and just kept going. So, yes.
Yeah. How do you guys find out about all these auditions and stuff?
Agents.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Take over here real quick.
Brian, one of the episodes of My Little Pony, Applebloom always says one tarnation of what Applejack says at the same time.
What? If Applebloom says one tarnation, Applejack says 2.
Oh. I'll clarify. He said whenever Applejack says what in tarnation, Applebloom does too, and he was wondering if you could do it.
Oh, okay.
What in tarnation?
Okay. What has been your favorite season so far?
Season 2. Oh. I know. Season 2. I've watched season 1 and season 2 quite a bit. I didn't really get into the 3rd and 4th season as much, but I loved the 2nd season a lot.
Season 5.
Ew. Season 12.
That's just cruel.
Just kidding. I like them all.
How are you enjoying Minnesota?
Loving it.
Yeah, but except what's with this rain today?
Yeah.
I'm liking it, to be honest with you. It reminds me of home.
It reminds me of home too, but we're not home.
I don't know.
It should be sunny.
My favorite weather is overcast because I'm not one of those people who goes out to the beach and just tans. That's not appealing to me. So the only time that I encounter the sun is when I'm sitting in my automobile and it's just beaming down, and I'm like, hey man, don't flash in between in the trees because you're giving me a headache. So I'm not a big fan of the sun. I don't know.
You know how when I was going through the hall, I saw a surefire sign that we were at a Minnesota convention. There was a mosquito flying by. I said, "Yep, we're in Minnesota."
What do you guys think of the brony fandom? Like, what do you guys think about all the bronies here today?
I think we
So
agree.
thankful.
We think you guys are amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. Thanks for sharing your stories with us. And
thank you for supporting the show, and we wouldn't be
Yeah.
here without you, obviously. And
yeah, we're the biggest fans of you guys.
yes,
Can I just get a show of hands? How many people this is their first convention?
that's
Yeah.
amazing. It just
Yeah.
keeps going.
That's awesome.
It's
And
so
what do you guys
awesome.
think so far?
This is for Andrea. What do you think Fluttershy's reaction would be if she was actually ever pranked?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Have either of you ever had a hard time getting out of character?
Getting out of character?
Yes.
Yeah, when I finish a session, especially at Pinkie Pie, I just find that my voice is that much more animated. Let me check my messages. Then I'm kind of like, oh, stop. So a little bit.
Yeah, I asked the question because Mark Hamill has had hard times getting out of character when he's the Joker.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, he almost got committed into a mental hospital for it.
Oh.
Mark
Yeah.
Hamill's a villain in general, so you know. No. He's actually an amazing voice actor. Yeah.
Something to watch out for, I suppose.
Hey, so how often would you say that your character voices slip out, like among family, friends, and strangers? Does that happen very often, or maybe it's easy to keep that under control, like not have that character come out when you're not expecting it or something?
I do a lot of different accents when I'm just in regular conversation, but Applebloom isn't really one of them. I think it's because I feel like I would be, like, people would think that I'm, like, cocky or something because that's the voice that I travel, to conventions with, right? I don't know.
I think it might be more that those characters have a place, and that's
Yeah.
in the studio kind of thing. And once they're locked in and they're that character, that's their place. Like, that's their. I don't know. I don't slip in. I never do them, unless forced. Or asked nicely.
Okay, Creber, I want you to voice what Applebloom would say when she finally gets a cutie mark.
So Michelle, forgive me if I'm wrong, but I believe you're almost 15. You're turning 15 soon.
I'm turning 15 on September 7th.
So do you have any nervousness or other thoughts about coming up and getting your permit and eventually driving?
Oh, in Minnesota, you can get a driving permit at 15.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm jealous. Oh. I
can
want
get
to
a
get my
farming
driver's
driver's
license
license at
so
15
bad,
too, yeah.
mostly because I feel
Name is Final Draft, and we're about to do something pretty cool. Sorry for the delay. We actually had to set up something actually kind of really awesome. So anyway, without further ado, who's ready for a voice actor panel? Well, in that case, let me introduce to the stage Andrea Libman. And, well, she's currently performing an interpretive shadow dance. This one is about the inner struggle between self and unself. Michelle Creber.
fully equipped my backpack here.
Because why
I don't
not?
know why I have it with me right now.
I think a lot of
There's
people in
nothing
this room
useful
probably
with
brought
it.
their backpacks with them. It's okay.
Costumes.
You're in good company. All right. Well, so first of all, how's everybody con going? Everybody having a good time? How many here are from Minnesota?
Wow.
Minnesota represent, right? Woo! All right. Well, so I know a lot of you may have been at the panel yesterday, but I know there are a lot of people here who didn't make the voice actor panel yesterday. So I would just like to introduce the voice actresses to my left. Andrea Libman.
Hi. My name's...
I'm a little bit right now kind of psyched because we're going to be doing something special here in a moment. If I get the thumbs up from AV. Are we good to go back there, Jeremy? All right.
We're gonna do it now.
So
we're just gonna go right into it.
I think we should go.
Yeah, man.
We should go right into this.
Let's just do it. Let's go
But
for
we're
it.
going to need some help.
Yes,
Yeah.
we will. I'm going to first give you guys just a general idea. Who here has read the comics? Who's read the Pinkie Pie micro-series comic? And who knew that the author of said comic is actually here today?
Wow.
Now, what I didn't know until this morning, and I'm really happy we can do this, is we're going to actually do a reading of that comic with the voice of Pinkie Pie.
It's Andrea. I do the voices for Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy. Okie dokie Loki. Yay.
Greetings. My name is Michelle Creber, and I voice Applebloom and sing voice of Sweetie Belle. Aren't you gonna stay for brunch?
Well, how have you guys been? How have you been enjoying the con so far? Anything you've seen that stood out, or that you?
Really friendly people. Yeah. No, it's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Sure.
Yeah, it's just great.
This is like what your 15th or 20th convention of these, right?
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I'm not a voice actor. So we need a voice for Poniachi, and I would like to call up Black Griffin to the stage.
And see, Applebloom is not in this cartoon, so I shall be portraying the role of Twilight, but as Applebloom.
I'm not prepared for this. I'm not.
No, I wasn't prepared.
There's cake in this microphone, by the way.
What's that?
There's cake in the microphone.
Whose fault is
It
that?
totally is.
Lucky.
Pinkie Pie's.
Lucky.
I know, right? I think this was intended for you.
So, yeah, before we start this, I want to give a big thank you to Ted Anderson, who I think is in the audience right there. Everybody, this is the writer.